We're talking about a connection between the tarot cards and the the Urim and Thummim.
Whoever is NoopooH, don't ask me no questions.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit more, or?
Yes, like I stated earlier, it is to my understanding or overstanding that these cards actually came from what Camoin, Philippa Camoin, who is this guy that I told you that he was, his family was they were tarot printers, that nobody really knows who created the tarot. I heard Bobby Hemmett one day in one of his videos say, whenever you hear them say that they don't know where something great or something genius came from, it means it came from the Moors. And so I had already known. I said, oh, the fathers of the desert? You mean the sons of the desert, the sons of the green light? Because that's where I ended up. That's where I ended up.
I'm gonna have to read these contradictions. Why in the Master Secrets, the Cycles of Life and Death series number 10, it states that witchcraft, Wiccan, devil worship, and other forms of spirit worship are dangerous, and that those demons can haunt your children, hurt, kill, make you sick, destroy relationships, friendships, and sexually abuse you. Meanwhile, in the Master Secrets, The Birth of Earth, in the Matrix series number 1, it states that the golden children have to communicate with the spirit world, both dead and extraterrestrial. Why is it that your golden children are supposedly special according to Wu Nuwaup, but one of their accomplishments before 24,000 year cycle is up is to contact dead and extraterrestrial spirits? When in the other book it states that any form of spirit contact is very dangerous. This is proof that these golden children that Doc are looking for are looking to be hurt, killed, have their relationships and friendships destroyed, having children that will be haunted by dead spirits, be sick, and sexually abused. People are tired of Nuwaupians saying that they have to grow and build with their race and kind when it's clear that's not Doc's goals, and y'all are following behind it. Nuwaupians, when will you see that your teacher is possessed by the moon god Tahuti? This is sick.
Now let me ask you a question. Can you find Tahuti in the card? Tahuti or Amun-Re?
Right here. Look, and you'll see it in the name. It says La Hermit. This is Hermes right here. And it's pointing, it's leading you to Ceres, the star of Ceres. So I created an Orion chart, and then I'm the only one that explains cards like the Tower. Tower means zodiac. The Tower means zodiac. People don't really know what this card means. It means zodiac. It means the zodiac because if you go to the zodiac book by Dr. York, I think it's called like What's Your Sign, my brother? It says it in there. It says Tower means zodiac. And so that's how I knew about that card. I'm all over the place.
Right. So is there a spiritual element that's attached to the cards, or none whatsoever? Meaning, like, if a person creates a deck,
the spiritual aspect is
no, the spiritual essence. What I mean, like, for instance, the person who creates a person can create a deck, but if you don't know that their spiritual essence, whether it be agreeable or disagreeable, and if you use those cards, wouldn't you be like tapping into that spirit force? Something like that.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, to the ancestors. You're using their tools. So since you use the ancestors' tools, they designed it. Then you look, this was locked. This whole thing was locked. It was locked with the whole Bible thing, because this book of Revelations had been sealed and had been locked. And not until Dr. York came and unlocked the scriptures could this tarot thing be unlocked. And so now it's been unlocked. And what's crazy is that I unlocked it. This is all in Dr. York books, and she wears. Sometimes, sometimes I take stuff almost directly from Dr. York, and in the back it's sourced. So that actually sounds like something I just took straight from Dr. York, and it's in the back. York referenced in the back, like almost the whole entire book. I referenced a bunch of Dr. York books, but it's I got the page in the back.
Yes.
I go into the AD. Yeah, something like that. I go into the Wiseman book. I use a lot of that information. I use a lot of Dr. York information to make my points, but I think you're
gonna show how it relates to like planet risk. Well, yeah, because most of what you're saying you can find in the Leviathan books, right? Like you said, what's your zodiac sign, brother? I need that book again. Secret Societies Unmasked. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
The two most used decks in the world are the Marseille deck, which I got the Marseille deck, and I made everyone brown in the deck. I did what Dr. York did with the Bible, and I made everyone brown because I said I'm taking this back. So Kamoin and Jodorowsky say that they what they did with the Marseille is that they restored it, and they did a good job restoring it, and I reformed it. I reformed I did what Dr. York did with the Bible, but I reformed the tarot, and I added the melanin element into the cards, and I gave them life.
I definitely had enough. Let's get to Noone Science. Let's get to these facts. We had these videos out for about a year or more showing how Noone is connected to the tarot using sound right reason. Unlike the guy who was giving his demonstration and expressing the fact that he got most of his information from Dwight York. Everyone knows those books are plagiarized. And Dwight never spoke of tarot as well. But he seems to think that he made a connection, and he's the first to do it, so I'm gonna let him have that. Okay, let's get into this video.
Isaiah, you made this?
Around, but I forgave you. Why do they still want me to hate you?
Isaiah,
if I'm choosing to forget it, why can't they just mind their business? Cause I'm stuck like glue. Cause I can't stop loving you.
Priestess, light seer meaning dreams, powerful visions, psychic insights, serendipity, meditation, introspection, intuition, a spiritual experience. Shadow seer meaning keeping secrets, gossip or mistruths, hidden agendas, fear of intuitive abilities, not paying attention to your inner voice. Card meaning: the priestess sits on the edge of this realm and the next as she draws down meaning and illumination from beyond the veil. Sacred insights and profound wisdom are flowing to you now, and to access them, you must tune into your intuition and submerge your thoughts into her subconscious realm. The language of the unconscious mind is revealing itself to you now through metaphor, in dreams, or as ancient memories that resurface to be processed. Pay attention to synchronicity, any nagging feelings of being off track, as well as gut feelings that move you in a new direction at this time. The divine whispers that are emanating from your soul hold an important message for you, and the bridge between the enigmatic realm of the priestess and your conscious undertaking of the signs will be found through your own quiet introspection. I have the answers I seek, and by following the truth, I will find them.
The Calling Peace in War Times. We are now moving into the next arcana, the third in line, which is the High Priestess. Let's get to it. Next is the tarot card, the High Priestess. The High Priestess tarot card meaning femininity, intuition, mystery, psychicism, the science unknown, positives and negatives. The positives is an increase in intuition, femininity, psychic ability, developing the ability to predict the future. Negative, secrets, infidelity, outcome not known, doubt, the future is uncertain. This is a powerful card in the tarot, and again, depending on how it appears and the topic at hand changes the outlook or the outcome. All right. Very interesting card, very powerful card in the tarot. Keywords for the High Priestess tarot card upright: wisdom, secret, psychic abilities, intuition, personal power, mystery, sensuality. Reverse keywords: repression, doubt, blockage, withdrawal, disconnection. Listen to Nuwaupians and Zoopoo agree on unity with the High Priestess and Priest position. Firstly, the High Priestess and Priest are features of the bottom half. There are no priests in the top half during the time that Nuwaup exists. In the top half of the circle, the people, gods, and goddesses have a natural born leader from each origin group, but they do not need any priest because everyone naturally knows right from wrong and adheres to right. But in the bottom half of the same circle, the natural leader needs to be a priest as well as a leader, because the people have to constantly be reminded what right from wrong is and persuaded to do what's right. Introduction to the Nature and Nature Book 2, page 111. However, during the time that Nuwaup is in the bottom half, Nuwaup will guide as the mental ruler, and Zoopoo will guide and provide as an attraction through the priest role in support of Noone Science in the African Noon Kingdom, due to be established February 5th, 2029 AD. And I'm going to explain why I say that. Alright, further down. Listen and reason. The physical representative, the king or queen, must be a role model who sets the right and proper example for others by adhering to Noone and the laws thereof. Since Nuwaup and Noone are the true and real guide, The ruler, king, or queen is the leader in accord with the guide. The foremost purpose of the ruler is to maintain for himself and all other members of the kingdom society the fulfillment of the constitution of the kingdom and make decisions of society together with his or her helpers. The ruler is the physical god or goddess, the physical primate, prelate, highest priest, and the physical sole ruler, the king or queen, who is the personification and incarnation of Nupu, the ultimate ruler and almighty absolute nature. The physical ruler must be elected by the people of society every 9 years, or removed from power before the 9-year term is up. If he or she deviates from the guide, Noone, and his commandment laws, it's due to the nature, book 2, pages 211 in part. Here's the gematria. The high priestess is 87. Zupu bottom half is 87. Remember, we Nupu and Zupu are opposites and work together in those opposites. Although priests and priestess exist in the bottom half of existence in the many forms of pantheism and religion, it is these things that control human beings for the negative, for that was their purpose. Purpose of religion. If one does not know the composition and nature of what he worships, for all he knows, it may be a monster. Scientifically, religion is the interference of the dead into the lives of the living. The dead are those negative forces of nature who must oppress, suppress, repress, and subsist on living substances and living beings in order to survive. 6 ether is the power of the dead because it is evolutionary forces that cause things to get old, die, and decay. Therefore, the prime purpose of religion is to spellbind people to do the will of the dead for survival of the dead. Religious worship increases the power of the dead and makes the dead stronger to cause more suffering and more death. And the more death there are, the stronger the dead get, unless the deaths are neutralized and counteracted by new cycle gases. The revolutionary cycle gases, 9 ball 2, number 12. So what I'm trying to say is, because we're in the bottom half of existence, Zupu is the priest part in the positive to help Noone as Africa is established in the whole kingdom and stuff like that, because they have to be, because Zupu is here, we're in the Zupu zone. Most of the people that's in Africa and abroad are used to some religious type of format, and so just like the nature book says, you know, you have the liberators and the saviors, and both in their time instruct people on what to do and how to follow the law of nature and what are required of people. So a priest falls into religion in the pantheistic type thing, and people are used to priests in some kind of form. In the nature books that tell you, even 6,000 years ago, you know, King Amenubi was the ruler over the priests and nuns. You see what I'm saying? So people are more akin to following suit because they see somebody that's dressed in a religious type of attire. Even if we are Noonibus with 9 mind, with Nupu incarnated in us, right? If you the king or queen at that time, the people still would be attracted and more susceptible to listen to somebody that's wearing priestly type garbs with Noone on top of that. Okay, so this is why that statement was made by Nupu and Zupu directly to y'all. That was just the Zupu explaining itself in that capacity, because most people, when they get to the books, they're gonna not understand, okay, if religion is a spell and religion is purpose is for the spirit dead to control people after the cataclysm, the spirits will be less negative and to be more positive. But religion, regardless whether it's on the left side or the right side, spirit beings still are going to use religion to interfere into the lives of the spirit dead was still going to interfere in the lives of the living, except this time it's going to be for revolutionary purposes. But still, religion still will exist all the way back the way it came moving forward. So religion is going to be around as we know it today for the next 2,000 years. Then after that 2,000 years, then religion would then revolve back into pantheism. Okay, but that's another story. So I just wanted to clarify that. All right. Where were we? Okay, so we read that. Okay, remember the high priestess also deals in mystery. All right. This too is also a part of the negative bottom half of existence. Nupu makes knowledge with explanation available to all who seek it and desire it, but Zupu deals in the hidden mystery organizations and secret societies to hide knowledge from those who need it most, and oftentimes with the personal hiding of simple allegories and have choose anyway. Let it be, remember, always let it be known. It's to the nature, book 1, page 223 in part. So it should be clear how we, Nupu and Zupu, will work together scientifically, pantheistically, and religiously, as all the religious people of Africa will eventually come into Noone over time, as the positive spirits will influence them to. Let this be known. True men to call them the peace in martial wartime.